Worst Asspulls in anime. If you don't know what an Asspull is, it's just more like a
BS
cop
reason.
Out,
like a cop out scapegoat. Deus Ex Machina.
I feel like a really popular one is Any Spirit Bomb, and then this is a hot take of mine. This isn't, but actually another one that's really popular is a lot of like the power of friendship.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
And then they win.
Fairy Tail.
Fairy Tail. That's on my list. So I just said Fairy Tail because, like, I mean, if you've watched it, many fights.
I said Sword Art. The end of Sword Art. The last fight, season 1.
Yeah,
the fight to get out of the game.
Yeah,
we've already talked about that, but
that's definitely one. I should have put that on here, but I didn't. Here you go first. Since
okay. So going for the worst, we've already talked about it so many times. Tarzan.
Yeah.
And Dr. Stone. Hate it.
This is Sakasa, if you don't know. We just call him Tarzan.
The ending of To the Abandoned Sacred Beasts.
We're all about to roast the hell out of this show.
It's so bad.
We'll save it. We'll get to it.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Now,
I have one line for Sacred Beasts.
Yusuke versus Toguro, we've talked about that. Because Ari doesn't agree with me, but I think so. I think it is. But Ari does not.
To disagree.
Yeah.
And then obviously, if we're talking about like power of friendship and like power-ups and stuff, potentially Bleach. In some like Ichigo's power-ups.
Ari's read the manga, so he's got his own.
Yeah, but it makes more sense with what Ari knows.
Yeah.
Now this one, is one of the worst as well as it worked because the manga didn't work, but the anime did. Is JoJo Part 5.
Yeah, so it's manga only.
So the manga was really bad, but it worked in the anime. And then for stuff that worked, Dio vs. Jotaro. Not gonna say why.
Mm-hmm.
All of One Punch Man season 1. Like every fight.
Yeah.
Every fight.
Yeah.
We've also talked about this. Miriam versus Netero.
Yeah, that wasn't an Asspul. I mean, it's kind of. I wouldn't
necessarily say it's an Asspul, but some people think it is.
You talking about the nuke?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some people think it's an Asspul.
It's an Asspul, but it's like it makes
works.
sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense why they did it.
And then Deku versus Muscular. We've also talked about.
I still think it's an Asspul.
No, it is, but it worked.
Yeah.
Because, like, I watched it and I wasn't, like, it didn't ruin the fight.
Yeah, that's true.
It was more so,
it was an Asspul, but it wasn't like,
yeah, it was more
unrealistic.
Yeah, it was more so, like, okay, like, that's kind of weird that he's able to continue to do that, even though his whole body's, like, disintegrated.
But they were
it wasn't,
yeah.
but I was still, like, the Detroit Smash was pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
You know, like, so.
That's the great thing about My Hero, though, is, like, you know what's going to happen, but it's, like, the execution of it. Works really well.
Yeah. I would say that's only for Deku though.
Yeah, for Deku definitely.
But for a lot of the other main characters, I wouldn't say
it's only. I think it's only Deku.
Yeah.
Because like
him trying to get his control his quirk.
Yeah.
It's just so hard for him.
Yeah. That is the point of One Punch Man. That's why I put it in the works category. Because it's supposed to be like that, but they're still Asspulls, but it works, and it's just,
the title.
And I still love One Punch Man.
Yeah.
But that's like my main list, so I want to hear what you guys have as well. Before.
I forgot about Asspulls.
Okay.
So I gotta find some.
So one thing that I guess you already talked about it was I had Jotaro's fight against Deus, not an Asspul. Ichigo's transformation wasn't an Asspul. Ichigo specifically because, like, throughout the show, like, it shows often, like, this struggle with his...
So I have one for Bleach, though.
Oh, okay.
It has nothing to do with Ichigo's powers. It's when, I talked about this with you before. It's when he's getting his ass kicked by the, I think, number 8 Espada. Like the...
Oh,
even a sight,
yeah.
You want to call it weapon.
It's on his tongue. It's like Naruto.
And then, what's-his-face just comes and saves him out of nowhere.
Kenpachi?
Yeah. I was so mad when that happened. I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Okay, but listen, it makes sense because they've been tracking Ichigo the whole time in the show and all his friends, and
like
they know
then of all times. Like you couldn't have come in like right after his fight with because that was right after the fight with Grimjaw, right? Yeah. So it's like they couldn't have come in like right after he kicked Grimjaw's ass.
But it's for a dramatic effect.
I know, but.
But it makes sense because
I know
the Soul Society's like, oh, Ichigo's made a move on Aizen. it makes sense for them to attack.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I also have something else too that I forgot to say, but I'll wait until you finish to see if you say it.
Yeah. So like the whole thing with each of those transformations, like none of them are Asspulls because like it shows that like throughout the show that he's been in like this tug of war with the hollow side.
Hollow inside.
Yeah. So then that's the thing, and then I still think Deku's fight with Muscular is the Asspull because like they say like three times max, like oh his bones are shattered.
Yeah, you'll
Like,
never
his
be able
arm
to
is
use your
shattered.
arms again if you do this, and then he keeps doing it.
And then he keeps doing it, and they're like, okay, you better listen.
Next time,
it's
next
over.
time.
It's like that meme with the.
Yeah, it's like, what do you mean? Like, why even say it if he's going to be able to get out of it every single time? You know. So that's the only thing really that I get annoyed with. That I always just call it like an Asspul.
Yeah.
But do you guys think that specifically Goku's, Vegeta's, Gohan's transformations are Asspulls? Yes.
Definitely in the
Yes, but that's the whole
tournament
point of the
power.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely say in the tournament of power, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I think almost all.
Like,
Except
we
okay,
didn't even learn about Ultra Instinct until the tournament of power.
Yeah.
Like-
oh, he's gonna master this now.
Yeah.
like Super Saiyan 1 makes sense.
It
Yeah.
definitely makes sense.
Makes
Yeah.
a lot of sense because he was training the whole way to Namek, and then he sees Krillin die. He's like his best friend.
Yeah.
And that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And even like Super Saiyan 2 because he's in the hyperbolic time
still
chamber.
makes sense.
Because they're in the hyperbolic time chamber for a year,
And what I guess
and they stay
Super
like
Saiyan
Super
3 still
Saiyan.
makes
Saiyan
sense
3
because
makes
he
sense,
trained
too.
while he was like
But
in
dead.
Otherworld.
yeah, but after that, like
So
some
like,
of them just kind
see,
of
but
like,
they didn't. Super Saiyan God. To be able to transform into God, you need 5 Saiyans to circle around you and give you energy at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, isn't that just a spirit bomb?
yeah.
Like, what do you mean, dog? And then, Super Saiyan Blue is I wouldn't even call it an Asspul
You
because
don't even see it until like after.
until like, the second that Goku and Vegeta get there,
Yeah.
they're like, oh yeah, by the way, we have this thing that we've been training for this whole time. That we've been training with Weeds.
I would really just say Ultra Instinct is probably the biggest aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, okay. This still makes me mad to this day. The Universe 6 Saiyans be able to turn into a Super Saiyan by a tingle in their back.
Well, it's like something for them to focus on.
But what? Like, the whole time it's been like, okay, you focus on this emotion of anger, and this is how you transform into a Super Saiyan. That's how it works for Goku, that's how it works for Vegeta. Vegeta was so pissed that
Trunks,
Goku was...
Future Trunks.
Exactly, Future Trunks, like literally everyone. Like, Future Trunks even attained the new Super Saiyan Rage, which I would say that's an Asspul also.
Yeah.
A Super Saiyan Rage because
Would you say
of his anger. So like it's like the whole time you're banking on for the show, you get Super Saiyan by your emotion of anger, and it's like, oh, just kidding. There's a tingle in your back. Focus on it, and then guess what?
But it is a different universe. It's an alternate universe, so they are different Saiyans.
I guess,
difference?
yeah. Right. That's like that's
Would
like
you
the
say
only thing that you can
Vegeta
get
Super
out of it.
Saiyan Ascended Blue or Evolved Blue would be an Asspul?
I don't even remember. Was that when? Did he get that fighting Jiren, or was he
Yeah,
fighting?
he was fighting Jiren, I think. Was he fighting Jiren?
I don't remember
Might have been.
because I remember Vegeta. Oh,
Goten too. Yeah.
See, the whole thing with like the hybrid Saiyans are so weird. That like they attain it so easily.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
Trunks and Goten, but it could be seen.
But like, I guess it balances out because they don't have like an urge to fight
Yeah.
as much as like Goku and Vegeta do.
Yeah.
But then like Goten and Trunks are super young and they want to fight all the time. But then you have cases like Gohan, where as he gets older, he's like, I don't care. So I guess it makes
I think.
sense.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
It's
Yeah, I don't really know about that.
But I think a lot of like Dragon Ball ones are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Demon Slayer Flame Wave thing? Oh, so that episode 19.
so
It could be seen as an Asspul for
Asspul?
sure.
done tastefully.
The blood art and the flame dance thing
Yeah.
could
Oh,
be.
yeah,
It could be.
It was done well though, I think.
But I think it was done well enough to that it didn't ruin it for me.
Yeah.
Because
Because when she got the exploding demon arts, I was like, oh, nice.
Yeah, that and like it just looked so good. I was more hyped than like,
Yeah.
oh really? Come on, you know.
Yeah.
At least that's how I felt though.
yeah, I wouldn't really say it's like an Asspul because they've been hinting a lot that like Tantra's father was a Demon Slayer because Tanjiro's dad had the special earring or whatever, and then Muzan even said like, "Hey, those earrings look familiar."
Well, not even just like Demon Slayer, just like he had a breathing technique that like.
Yeah, but it was weird though because in the most recent episode of Demon Slayer, they're like, "I don't know what you're talking about."
Yeah, because flame breathing. We'll get into it.
We'll get into it. But yeah, so like my biggest thing was that I wanted to talk about was like if you guys thought those transformations in Dragon Ball were Asspulls.
I think
some of them yes,
are.
some of them no.
A lot of them in Dragon Ball Z no.
Mm.
Yeah.
But even like Kaioken in the Saiyan arc like makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But a lot of them in like Super and like Battle of the Gods and stuff, I think they can be seen as Asspulls.
Yeah. That's fair.
But what about Eren being able to turn into a Titan in season 1?
Oh. See, I don't understand how his arm.
First glance, I would say it was an Asspul.
Yeah.
But when you learn about like how and why, like obviously there's so much that happened in Attack on Titan.
Yeah, but like the whole, after Eren's arm got bitten off, shouldn't he have turned into a Titan right then and
That's
there?
a good point. Yeah.
Or like after he got injected with a serum, like anytime he got like a cut or something, like turns into a Titan like in the middle of the city, like after scraping his knee. I don't know.
But don't you have to like want to do it?
Do you?
Pretty sure.
Because I don't think it's
because
like I think you have to kind of like will it.
Because
like,
Annie just cuts her finger. I thought.
Yeah, but she like wants to turn.
You have to have like an objective in mind, which I'm pretty sure they addressed in season.
I think it's like you want
like
you
to get him.
Yeah.
He like bites his like hands and shit on you. He was like, why won't I turn into a Titan? He didn't have like an objective in mind.
Mm.
Like, because when he went to like grab the fork that fell off the ground, he then like turned into a Titan or partial Titan or whatever. So.
Yeah. So yeah, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I forgot about that, if anything. But yeah, I don't know. I guess that first Titan transformation, like I would count it as an Asspul because it's like he was already in the belly.
Yeah.
Because like if anything, his objective was
to survive.
Yeah. To survive and save Armin and pull him out of the other Titan's mouth.
Well, yeah, that would have been bad if he like did a partial transformation, like trying to get Armin.
Yeah,
he would have just smacked him against the wall.
Yeah, that would have been bad. That would have been pretty bad. But yeah, I mean, that was it on my list.
So I just looked this one. Gurren Lagann.
There's okay.
There's a lot of Asspulls.
I totally forgot about that.
Gotta be self-reflective.
Pretty much any time they're fighting anyone, I would say an Asspul. Just because Kamino is like, oof. Don't get me wrong, I love Gurren Lagann, but there was probably an Asspul almost every
There's a definite like power of friendship and love.
Yeah, that's
kind of thing going on
in
Gurren Lagann.
And but like the thing with Gurren Lagann too is that I don't remember how long ago this was, but like people were like, oh, the power scaling in that is a joke. Like they know that it's a joke. And
they literally like fought as big as a universe.
Mm-hmm.
And like almost like destroyed the universe in the process of the final fight.
Yeah. It's like, are you serious?
Which was epic in all rights, but it was an Asspul.
Yeah. But I mean, they did it in the best way they could. Like, especially just like the scene of them getting like smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
Out of like the robots, and then just trying to land like the final punch. I guess
I was really about to say Kuroko's basketball spoiler, but I'm not.
Yeah, whoops.
There's a few
Kuroko's
career. In the show.
Yeah, definitely.